How to identify demon in 3.99. Demon is the easiest to identify without evidence. All you need is cross. Hold it and go drop in the house. Close your eyes and look carefully. If cross floating means demon, you can end job. Or do object and fill float element. But they hunt frequently, so you have to be careful. Here is what the floating cross looks like. Don't forget to mark. Nice work. Now you know how to identify demon. Another tip. Demon always spawn in bedroom. If you don't have hide and seek challenge on. That's it. Bye. How to identify Karis in 3.99. Karis is kinda hard to identify on solo. It becomes aggressive and hunts often when there's more players inside the house. And it's only female model ghost, such as Leech, Rattle, Watcher, and Abaddon. So today we have a volunteer to show us how Karis behaves. If you do solo, don't worry, I will tell you later. Karis' favorite room is living room. So it usually spawns at living room. But this one changed room. This is Karis' speed before kill. It looks like our volunteer wanna go out. Here is speed after one kill. Did you notice the difference? Speed differences will be subtle in 3.99, so be very observant. Karis only targets players with the lowest energy. As you can see, Karis does not kill our volunteer, because she drank an energy drink. Don't forget to mark. Good job. Now you know how to identify Nightmare in 3.99. Nightmare is very hard to identify without evidence. Nightmare hallucination is only audio, and has only two things, like glass breaking that never broke, and a throw noise but no items thrown. We have a volunteer to help us today. You only need to turn on the fuse, and use LiDAR to check. If there's red dot in laundry, it has a chance to be Nightmare. Let's turn on the lights. Turn on all the lights except laundry, because Nightmare only spawn in dark place. And then we wait for the hunt. Close your eyes and look closely. As you can see, it spawn in laundry, which is dark place. It has very high chance to be Nightmare. But entity also spawn in laundry either. So here's how to know if it's Nightmare. You need to listen carefully, if it throw a lot or not. Nightmare will throw quite a lot. If it's barely throw, then it's entity. In this video ghosts throw a lot but not too much. So it's not entity. Only choice left is Nightmare. Those hallucination doesn't matter much, since we can't check it because it's 3.99. Here is after hunt. All lights will randomly turn on or off. As you can see, light in foyer is gone. So it's dark place. Nightmare will spawn only in dark place. Look. Seems like volunteer want to escape from us. Let's look closely again. Another hunt and it's still spawn in dark place. So it's confirmed that's Nightmare. Don't forget to mark. Amazing. Now you know how to identify Siren in 3.99. Just like Karis, it's only female model ghosts, such as Leech, Rattle, Watcher, and Abaddon. All you need to have is holy oil, since you need a lot of space to test it. Another day with our volunteer. She will show us how Siren ability works. Siren's favorite includes 3 rooms, the pantry, kitchen, and living room. You should use LiDAR to find ghost room. As you can see, there is a red dot in the kitchen. So there is a chance to be Siren. But in this round, ghost has moved to the pantry. But it's still considered one of those 3 favorite rooms. The way to identify Siren is very easy. You just walk left and right. No need to sprint. Let's compare. Notice the difference when you walk. Here is when other player got slowness by Siren. Don't forget to mark. Great. Now you know how to identify Siren. How to identify Dullahan in 3.99. Dullahan is one of easiest to identify. All you need is photo camera. And LiDAR if you have. Also we have another volunteer. She gonna help us today. And yes, I definitely not force her. Dullahan's favorite room is living room. So it usually spawn in the living room. You can use LiDAR to find it in the living room. If the crosses have not all burned yet. But I was so blinded. I could not even see the red dot in the living room. Now let's wait for the hunt. As you can see, the ghost spawned in the living room. So there is a chance to be Dullahan. There are 2 ways to identify Dullahan. First one is capture a photo of the ghost. Now look closely. If it's headless like this, then it's Dullahan. But if photo album is full, or you don't have photo camera. You can just stand still to let ghosts see you. Then ghost speed will increase. But if you don't have holy oil, you need to peek out of the closet to let the ghost see you. Then quickly hide again. Like this. Once you see a heart icon on screen, just hide. Dullahan will increase his speed even if you are hiding. Now let's listen to Dullahan footsteps. Can you tell the difference? Don't forget to mark. Well done. Now you know how to identify Dullahan. How to identify Spectre in 3.99. Spectre is a little hard to identify. So I dragged someone from the comment to help us. I mean, a volunteer. Spectre is a shy-type ghost, so it barely change room, and take very long time to burn crosses. And Spectre favorite room is office. If you have time before all the crosses burn, you should check the office with LiDAR scanner. You can see that even all crosses have burned. It still take a little long time to burn. Right before I died. As you can see, Frist Hunt it spawns in office. So there is a chance to be Spectre. The way to identify Spectre is very easy. Just cover your ears and listen carefully. You can hear that its throw frequently. It has very high chance to be Spectre. Example video is only 20 seconds. And it threw things 20 times. Second hunt and it still spawned in office. Third hunt and still spawned in the office. Also our volunteer revived me. I might consider paying our volunteer. One of these days. How to identify Umbra in 3.99. Umbra is one of easiest to identify. Also we have another volunteer. And yes, I did not kidnap her. Umbra's favorite room is the pantry. So it usually spawns in the pantry. After set everything done, you can use LiDAR to check in pantry. Let's wait for the hunt. You can see that it spawned in the pantry. Also there is no footstep sounds. Let's listen more closer. After done everything, like objects and fill photo album, you can just go. Also thank you for revive me. Don't forget to mark. How to identify Dybbuk in 3.99. Dybbuk is a little hard to identify. So our volunteer gonna help us to show what his Dybbuk behavior looks like. How to identify Entity in 3.99. Entity is the hardest to identify, because you can get confused between Entity and Nightmare. Back with our volunteer. She's gonna help us how to know if it's Entity. Do you guys miss her? First thing to do is find Ghost Room, if you have enough time. Entity favorite room is laundry and bedroom, but it rarely spawns in bedroom. If there's red dot in laundry, you should turn on the fuse, and turn on all the lights, except laundry. If you still have time left, you can check in laundry again. It won't spawn. Now wait for the hunt. You can see that it spawned in laundry. Just like Nightmare. So here is how to know if it's Entity. Just listen to throwing noise. Entity is barely throws anything. If it does throw a lot, it will usually spam throws for a while. Then go back to barely throwing things again. We will call barely throwing things State A. And throwing things rapidly State B. To make comparisons easier. Here is second hunt. Let's compare to Nightmare Throw. How to identify Skinwalker in 3.99. Skinwalker has only two abilities, such as walk through the wall like Vex, and wail like Banshee. Skinwalker is very easy to identify, since it's the only ghost that show evidence. All you need is video camera, and LiDAR if you want to. Also we have volunteer to help us today. Skinwalker favorite room is office and bathroom. You can use LiDAR to find ghosts, to make sure first. As you can see, there's red dot in office, so it might be Skinwalker. Or you can skip LiDAR part. Then just go get video camera. You only need to use video camera. Check in office and bathroom. Since Skinwalker orbs only appear in those two rooms, you can see there is orb in office. Here is orb with LiDAR scanner dot. You can see that orb is bigger and moving around. Also more brighter. Here is orb in bathroom. After you check, then there is an orb in office or bathroom. You should hide in closet. Since Skinwalker can go through the wall, you can see that it kill our volunteer. Even there is holy oil. Just like Vex. How to identify Wisp in 3.99. Wisp is also one of easiest to identify. All you need is holy oil. We have volunteer to help us today. Do you guys remember her? I don't know who is she hiding though. Wisp's favorite room is kitchen. It becomes very aggressive when you stay there. And you can see that it burns crosses very quickly. So you have to set up fast. You can use LiDAR scanner to check it. As you can see, there's red dot in kitchen. So there's a chance it could be Wisp. Wisp also can light candles, but it can't blow. If you have blow candles object, you can just skip it. Wisp also can walk through holy oil. You can see the ghost catch fire after stepping on it, and it won't blink while it's burning. If holy oil is still working, you can lure ghost to closet and take picture of it. Free 3 stars. I don't know what is volunteer playing with that black light. If you don't have holy oil, you can just stay in closet and wait for it to light candles. If it light candles, you will see this pop up. Or, how to identify Banshee in 3.99. Banshee is a little hard to identify, because it can be difficult if it wail really late. So we have volunteer again. Here he is. He gonna show us some magic trick. Look. Oh, how to identify Revenant in 3.99. I'm sure most people already know that Revenant ends the hunt after killing someone. So I won't show that. Instead, I'll show what Revenant's behavior looks like. We have Columbina to help us today. I definitely not lure her with red. Revenant is very aggressive. Just like Demon, but without floating cross. Revenant has 3 favorite rooms, including the kitchen, pantry, and living room. He also burns crosses really fast, usually every 5 to 9 seconds before burning another one again. So you have to set up quickly. After all crosses have burned, you should hide immediately, but it will take a little time before the hunt starts. As you can see, it spawned in pantry, which is one of its 3 favorite rooms. And it's very aggressive, so it has very high chance to be Revenant. Here our volunteer wanted to get cooked by Ghost, but I said no, because they will know I kidnapped her. I mean, solo players can know too. But if you are not playing solo, you can let someone sacrifice themselves to check if it's Revenant or not. Don't forget to mark. That shot was very personal. Anyway, that was amazing. Now you know how to identify Wraith in 3.99. Wraith is also one of easiest to identify. All you need is salt canisters and energy watch. Or energy drink if you want to. Another day with volunteer. His hair smells yummy. One bite won't hurt, right? Wraith is a bit aggressive. And Wraith's favorite room is bedroom. You can use salt canisters and place salt at the foyer in front of the pantry door. Or near the holy oil. Our volunteer is helping us. Maybe it's time to pay them some clams. You should place salt in rows like this. Let's wait for time. You can see that it spawned in bedroom. So there's a chance it could be Wraith. There's 2 ways to identify Wraith. One is by checking if ghost steps on salt. If salt gets disturbed, then it's not Wraith. This round salt didn't get disturbed when ghost stepped on it. So it's Wraith. Here is another hunt. You can step out holy oil for a bit, then go back and right away, to lure ghost into stepping on salt near holy oil. But him suck at it. Guess what happens next? Or you can equip energy watch to see how much ghost drains your energy. Wraith drains energy very fast. Even you are outside of the house. Let's see other ghosts drain energy. You can see that other... How to identify spirit in 3.99. How to identify ghoul in 3.99. How to identify phantom in 3.99. Phantom is very easy to identify. You really don't need anything. But you can get LiDAR scanner, if you want to. We have a volunteer today. She's going to show us. Some footsteps sound like. Phantom is a shy type ghost, so it takes quite a long time to burn crosses. It also takes a long time to start a hunt. And Phantom favorite room is the bathroom. You can use LiDAR scanner to check it. Here you can see that there's a red dot in bathroom. So there's a chance it could be Phantom. Let's wait for the hunt. As you can see, it spawned in the bathroom. So it has very high chance to be Phantom. The way to identify Phantom is easy. You just have to listen to its footsteps. Or you can watch how the ghost blinks. You can hear that it's a bit faster than other ghosts. Let's compare. Now let's know how Phantom blinks. It might be a little confused, but let's count the blink timing. Like 1, 2, 3, 4. Phantom blinks more constantly and slowly. Like 1, 2, 3, 4. While other ghosts blink too fast and unevenly. Let's compare again. How to identify shadow in 3.99. Shadow is a bit hard to identify, since you might get false temperatures. And it's even harder if you're playing solo. How to identify Wendigo in 3.99. Wendigo is very easy to identify. You really don't need anything. But you can also get energy drinks, and a LiDAR scanner, if you want to. Another day with our volunteer again. He's going to help us. That what Wendigo footsteps sound like. Do you guys remember him? Oh, well, that's too close. Wendigo favorite room is the bedroom. So if you have time, you can check it with a LiDAR scanner. Here you can see that there is red dot in the bedroom. So there's a chance it could be Wendigo. If you're not playing solo, while you're preparing the setup, the others can go get energy drinks, just in case. Now let's wait for the hunt. The way to identify Wendigo is very easy. You just have to listen to its footsteps. You can hear that it's faster than other ghosts. Let's compare. Did you notice the difference? But a lot of people wonder what the difference is between Oni and Wendigo footsteps. You can tell the difference between them by listening to their footsteps. Oni footsteps are louder, while Wendigo footsteps are more frequent. Now let's compare. Wendigo's speed increases when everyone's energy gets lower. Wendigo's speed increases when everyone's energy. Wendigo's speed increases when everyone's energy gets low. How to identify Aswang in 3.99. Aswang is very easy to identify. All you need is salt canisters and LiDAR scanner, if you want to. Also, we have a volunteer today. She's gonna help us. I wonder what she's doing on the road. Let me go back to the car. Aswang can be really aggressive, like Revenant, but it can also be half shy and half aggressive. So it usually burns crosses a little slower than Revenant. And you can use LiDAR scanner to check where's the ghost. If there is a red dot that isn't in the kitchen, you can place salt outside the holy oil, but not too far away, so you can hear the footsteps clearly. Like this. Or this. If there's a red dot in the kitchen, you should place the salt around the corner to prevent the ghost from stepping in it too early, before the hunt. If you have more than one salt canister, you can place all 3 salt piles. But if you only have 1 salt canister, I recommend placing only 2 salt piles, and saving the last one for checking Aswang. Like this. You can place it anywhere around the corner. Only if the ghost spawns in the kitchen though. If you run out of holy oil, you can place salt while staying in the closet. Then lure the ghost toward it by stepping outside for a moment and quickly going back in. If it slows down, how to identify Oni in 3.
On my first day at the foster family, I